Today I have this. Hi everyone, my name is Angie and this is me and my natural habitat. Today we have this. How many Joycons is too many Joycons? So after the first ever project that I've done, which is modding the Joycon into a transparent shell, I've kind of got hooked into doing it, and I've bought myself a ton more Joycon shells here and Joycons as well. So today we are going to be modding all of them. So to give a brief tour of all the shells that I've got, I've always been a huge fan of gradient stuff. So I've got a pair of these. Ta-da! Oh. Here. Gradient ones. And then I've got these white and pink with sakura flowers. Purple and mint blue color ones, and another plain white and pink ones. So these two can actually pair along really nicely, if you can see, because the color actually swaps out. So yeah, you can pair both pinks together, and one will have the sakura flower, the other one won't. You can do the same for the white ones as well. And then I've got, which one is this? Okay, so I've always wanted to get the Animal Crossing ones, but because of COVID, pre-orders closed. Not sure when they're gonna restock it, if at all. So I've bought myself the Animal Crossing shell as well, but I will not be doing these today. I still want to get the authentic ones. I have the original Pikachu and Eevee Joy-Con, so I kind of really want to get these in the original ones as well. So these I will hold on to. If I really cannot get my hands on the original ones, then I will mod these, which means buying another Joy-Con again. So this I will put one side, and you have the buttons and the spare parts. So this will go back into storage. Okay, and then I've also got some rails, because some of these Joy-Cons I've bought are second-hand, so it comes with a little bit of defect and scratches. So I thought, okay, I'll get myself some spare parts so that I can fix them. I've also gotten some plain black shells. These are pure black. I think it's matte in color, and to match that, I bought myself some white buttons. So I think this will look really cool. I also have a set of like sky blue buttons that I have no idea where I want to put them on. So we shall see about these ones first. I might just leave it one side in the future. If I do come with another mod again, maybe I'll use it for then. And then I got a ton of Joy-Con covers, the joystick covers, which I personally don't really like to use. I find them a bit weird because they pop out too much. I think I've really gotten used to how the Joy-Con is. So adding the covers on feels a little bit too high for me. But I do have these Sakura dry analog stick cover as well as these chrome ones, silver and gold colored ones. So we shall see if we want to use them, but I most likely wouldn't. And then last but not least, I've got myself 3 pairs of the original neon red and neon blue Joy-Cons. So I've got 3 pairs of these, 2 pairs of the neon yellow ones, these ones. The original shell really looks nice. But I mean, I'm glad that I'm able to at least keep a few sets to myself. This is really different from the Pikachu color. So you can see the Pikachu one is of a slightly darker shade, it's more brown. Let me turn down the light. Off. So So the Pikachu ones is slightly more brown than the neon yellow ones. Yeah, so the original shells looks really nice, and I kind of want to just keep them to myself as well. But now I got some spare reels, so technically, essentially, I could just place the empty shell together and I will have an empty set of Joycon as well if I want to. So that's that. Then I've got this spare, what's this called again? Wrist strap thingies, which nobody uses. So without further ado, this is gonna take a while, so let's just head straight into it. So first things first, let me keep this one side. First things first, let's open up the Joy-Cons one by one. So some of these reels are in really good condition, while some of them not so much. This pair's a little bit more scratched up. So this one we will definitely change out the reels. I've got the spare reels here. And then I've got a lot of these transparent Joy-Con covers, which I have on most of my current Joy-Cons other than the transparent ones. The transparent ones currently sitting in my office as a display set. I think I kind of messed up the analog stick when I was modding it. So the analog stick doesn't respond well, first of all. Secondly, it drifts a lot. I'm not sure if that is something to do with the Joy-Con drift. There's like this well-known issue with the drifting the Joy-Cons, but I changed a brand new Joy-Con in it already and it still drifts, so I'm not sure whether I messed up something there. No idea. So we are gonna get into modding. Now these shells all come with their own sets of colorful buttons. I got all of them off Taobao. I've been buying a lot of things from Taobao recently. But you can see they do provide the SL and SR buttons as well, in case you want. I mean, you probably want to match the colors up because it kind of looks quite out of place if you don't have the colors matched up. So we have those. And then these are just pure white. I think this one belongs to this. Yes, and then these ones. I almost forgot about these. I've got this button replacement. So instead of the standard A, B, X, Y buttons and up, down, left, right buttons, I've got these really colorful candy-like buttons. As replacement buttons. I think this will go on this pair, the gradient one, since it's a bit more special, and this one doesn't come with the SL and SR buttons. So these ones, the gradient ones, shall have a special button. The first one is done. It's progressively starting to feel like a race against time to get as much done as possible before the GoPro overheats. In case like I missed out like stuff when I'm shooting a time lapse. So anyway, this is the right side. This is done with the candy buttons. I'm gonna get myself a charger and just charge it up and see if all the buttons work. Because these Joycons, I got some of them new, some of them secondhand, but they've been sitting in my drawer for I think a month plus already. So close to 2 months actually. Yeah, so the batteries have already been discharged, like they've already discharged by themselves. So now let me just hook up a power and we shall see if all the buttons work. But in the meantime, I'm gonna move on to the next Joycon. I got one side of the black one done. And now I'm seriously contemplating if I want to change it to white joysticks. This looks so cool with the side buttons as well. I also butchered the the previous one. So I completely broke the ribbon cable for the ZL button on this one. This one is quite bad, yeah. I pressed it in too hard, so I realized there's this problem with the Z buttons. It's really hard. Okay, it's easier to remove compared to the very first time I tried to mod the Joycon. This time around is, I think I've gotten a hang of it, so it's a lot easier to remove now. But it's still really hard to press them back in place. So what happened just now was I pressed a little bit too hard. So each Z buttons have 2 springs. When I tried to put back the second spring, then I realized that, oh, I actually broke the ribbon cable. So now I got to buy myself a new ribbon cable, but at the same time, I feel like I should get white joysticks as well. This looks so pretty. It's gonna look good in white, but oh, it's gonna be so easy to get dirty though. What do I do? I think I'm just gonna close this up first. I am halfway done. I have 5 pairs. I literally finished, well, counting the broken one, I finished 5, so I have 5 more Joycon to go. Some of these Joycons, right, you can kind of tell that it was open. This has some like pencil marking on the inside. I have no idea what that is. But yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is I will get a white joystick. So I'm gonna take out the other one and then replace that Z ribbon cable into the one I broke, because I'm gonna open up these ones anyway to replace the Joycons, the joysticks. Joysticks and Joycons are very confusing. So I'm gonna open up that one, use that ribbon cable as a replacement first. So this black pair will be kept aside till my analog stick reaches me. Yes! we're done. I think I've gotten a lot faster than when I first modded my first pair of Joycon. Back then, I think it took me 2.5 hours, close to 3 hours for that one pair. I think it took me roughly about 4 to 5 hours today, for 5, counting the one that I broke. I'm starting to realize that this pet peeve that I have. I could not, for the life of me, figure out why the 4 external Y screws are non-magnetic. Imagine losing one of those and you have no way of finding it because it's not magnetic. Like, your screwdriver comes with like an internal magnet, so it can pick up screws if need to, like these, but the Y screw is not magnetic. I don't know why. The original ones are all non-magnetic, which is really frustrating when you're trying to put it back onto the shell after you're done, because after you've done the whole thing, you will be so used to picking up things with your screwdriver, and then after that it just doesn't work. But in any case, so we are done with all 5 pairs. I broke the ribbon cable on one pair, so I actually have it over here. This side is done. I have not put back the Y screws yet actually, so I can actually just open it up like this, because I'm gonna be changing the analog stick to white as well. This is a black cover with white buttons. It looks so pretty, but yes, I'm gonna be changing the analog stick to white as well. It's just, I just think it's gonna look better that way. So that pair, I'm just gonna keep one side first. Everything else is here. Let me just keep back some of my tools. So I've got the rest charging up here. Some of them have charged a little bit already. There's also something that I realized that was annoying me a tiny bit, was that because I got all of these from different stores. So this was one store, this was one store, and then these one store by itself. So the things that comes with is a little bit different. Oh, and then I realized that I actually ended up with this set of shells, which I can technically interchange, and I will have either one pair of neon blue and red, or one pair of neon blue and one pair of neon red. But in any case, because I got all of these second-hand, right, so some of them actually comes with markings that I think look like they got modded before. So this one, if I can open it, just now I showed a little bit as well. This one has like words written in pencil in the center. Yeah, so it looks like it has already been opened up before. They have it at the bottom as well, just tiny bit of marking here and there. I mean, I'm buying it to mod, so it doesn't bother me. But I might be keeping these shells. Someone who has hoarding tendencies, I will be keeping all of these. This particular one is going to go back to its original owner. I did tell him when I bought it from him that I'm using it to mod, so I'm fine with whatever color is available. And he did mention to me if I don't mind, I could pass him back the shell after I'm done. So that one, I'm gonna contact him again, return him the shells. And these, what I'm gonna do is, I have a software installed. It's a Windows only software, so I use both actually. I have a Mac and a PC. So I'm gonna use that software and change the color of every single Joycon, including these ones that's broken. But this one, I'm gonna fix it up first before I change them again. So all these, I'm gonna change it to its colors. Let's do that first. And then we will test out all the individual buttons to make sure everything works. Now what I'm gonna do is just to make sure that everything works properly. Let's test out the buttons. Make sure they work as intended. So I'm just gonna be doing one pair on screen. So So now you can see when I go to my controllers, it's the correct color shown. Yeah, so after you adjust the color setting in the software, you will be able to, it will be reflected on your switch. Everything works, so I'll only be testing one pair on screen. It's gonna take me a while to finish all 4 pairs. So that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's basically a long time. I hope you enjoyed the video today. It's basically a really long time lapse of me modifying all the Joy-Cons. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.